Hello everybody and welcome back to Casual Gamer Oz as we continue our career mode here on F1 2017 Season 2 Race 7 Canadian Grand Prix, my favouriteest race in the world. I love it to bits, and we're going to have a wet qualifying here on Inters and just an update in terms of what's happened with the car. We put our new engine in, new gearbox, new everything, just to give us a bit of extra power here. So just thought I'd update you on that. And obviously our best qualifying here, pole position in our very first season back on F1 2016, and qualified in 5th place here on F1 2017. So that's where we're at in terms of our best qualifying. We've gotten pole here before, but that was back in F1 2016. So can we get our first pole in F1 2017? We'll soon find out. I think our best qualifying in F1 2017 was at this Grand Prix from last year, from memory, 5th. I'm pretty sure, and I'm not going to look at my notes just yet, our best qualifying so far has been 5th. So that is where we're at there with that. I'd obviously much prefer this to be a dry lap, as I think that's going to hamper us a little bit here for qualifying, and it is. We're down in 18th at the moment. They want us to be in 15th, which I don't think we're that far behind, are we? Apparently, that's put us dead last at the moment, so that will be a nightmare in terms of starting last here in Canada. Anyway, got a bit of time to catch up at the end, but I don't feel we're going to. We come into the hairpin here, just hold on to it there without losing the back end. We do so. Go past my grandstand if you don't mind. And I want to clarify where my highest qualifying is F1 I'm going to say it is 5th last year, but it's not going to be 5th this year. I'm not even going to get to my 15th allocated, well, the slot they want me to finish on the grid. We can maybe just test it slightly here into the final corner. We do, and I'm going to go... Oh! They've cut down on that. Bullshit. I'm going to be last in Canada. Absolutely pissed off about that. Yeah, my best qualifying is 5th, which I equaled in China, of course, this season as well. Well, fuck you. Fuck you in the butt. Hopefully we'll have a dry race. We can catch up on that. I'm pissed off. My favourite race, and I'm going to be starting last. Bloody hell. Alright, let's do this. Fucking hell. Gives me the shits. I know I'm to blame. I'm not blaming anyone else. That's what you can kind of... They've cut down on that, because you generally can kind of do that in that last corner there. That's where I crashed it into the wall in my second season on F1 2016, the Wall of Champions. But, cool. They're getting stringent in your second season. They make it not that difficult or that easy. Well, I'm just mumbling. Again, best finish here was 2nd when I got pole position back in first season in F1 2016. So, actually, of all the races I won, I've never won here. I'm losing. Look at that. I'm not going to catch up to Grosjean now. No one wants me. Of course they don't. I'm nearly in the red zone. Oh, we got a wet race. Why? God, I'm a little whingy bitch, aren't I? Fucking hell. Should really fit a brand new engine. But I'm not going to. Whatever. It's the first time, with the exception of Monaco, that I've started last. I was about to say Monaco. We'll say, in terms of my retirements this year, I'm just going to jinx this. All my 2 retirements this season have both been start line incidents. So, well, the first one was more of a start line. The first one was the first corner incident. First lap incident, I guess you could say. Alright, wet Canada. Okay, what's the grid like? Ferraris at least? No, Mercedes. Cool, good for them. Raikkonen and Vettel. No doubt 5th and 6th are Red Bulls. Of course they are. Massa, Perez, no difference there. Grosjean, Hulkenberg. Just this is the thing. This is what shits me up the wall. Is that this is legitimately the same grid pretty much in every Grand Prix with the exception of a few changes. Verline up there in 18th. But I just, I don't know. Surely they can fix that. It's not like that necessarily all the time in real F1. It's similar, but, you know. And we're in Inters and we're in full west. We're going to get taken out by a Sauber, I feel, at some point. Anyway, let's do this. Canada. Get some confidence from out you, Ben. You can at least flick it up here to the inside. And try your darndest here at your favouriteest track. Your favourite circuit. And, last of the late breakers. Avoid any damage to the front wing, please, Ben. You're going to be side by side with Alonso. He's going to push you wide. Careful there as he's on the inside. Well, it's 3 abreast there. You're going to have to back off there. Hometown hero Lancey Stroll. Dive bomb up here in the inside. Whoa, get a bit of a slide coming through the chicane. But I take those positions and I'm at least in the green zone when it comes to where they want me to finish. That's a positive. Can we get one up the inside of Palmer? No, I think that would have just resulted in a damaged front wing. We're rightfully back out of that one. And again, we are just trying to be a little bit cautious when it comes to front wing damage. We're breaking 2 of the bogey circuits this season, folks, in terms of finishing our first Monaco Grand Prix and our first Russian. So Azerbaijan's next. That's the only one we've never finished here on Casual Gamer Oz. So we'll see if we can do that. I'm going to have to turn the car in there late. Oh, good job there by Carlos Sainz to whack on the brakes there at the last minute. Thank you there, Carlos. Appreciate it. As we now get racy with Kevin Magnussen. Whoa. Just avoid the back of there. I'm a lot faster than this Haas, which is a bit unusual. The wrong driver, my rival, of course, is his teammate Grosjean. We're up into 12th. A little bit of pace on this Toro Rosso in the wet. See if we can do some more damage. I guess if we're going to have a circuit that I'm confident in the wet, it's going to be here or Monza. I mean, we won our first Grand Prix in a wet Monza, so obviously the confidence levels is enough there, but still got a bit of time to go here that we can go hunting for points, perhaps. Interesting that they want us in 17th again. As we're getting close to Esteban up here. How's our fuel mix? Oh god, heaps. We'll have enrich mode, thank you very much there. Nearly a lap and a half fuel in reserve. So for sure we will whack that up into rich. And hopefully we can sneak our way up here. If we get up ahead of old Esteban up here, should be a few cars for our taking ahead as well. Obviously it won't be DRS given the wet conditions. And we'll just see how we can go. Pulling away from Suck My Balls Honey, Kevin Magnussen. Seriously, if you've never seen that clip and you have no idea what I'm talking about every time I say that, just type in Kevin Magnussen, Suck My Balls Honey. You will find that online. Anyway, second lap done. Set the final sector fastest there. We go purple. So obviously again, pace in the wet. The Toro Rosso is quite good. It was Italy last year, my first podium on F1 2017, that I set that fastest lap, wasn't it? And that was a wet race. Interesting high-speed circuit. And again, that's what I'm developing the engine up to be with my development points, which obviously I'm still a little bit away. And I've got a feeling, I guarantee you, I'm going to get up those development points, finally work on the next component. That'll be one of the bloody ones that fails, isn't it? Anyway, focus on this, Ben. Focus on this. I don't think we're going to catch Esteban here. I think he's going to have enough speed. Although we saw in Russia, didn't we, that when Ricciardo and Grosjean got a bit racy, that kind of put them into the path of me. So let's hope that one or two of these cars ahead can start racing each other. And it looks as though there's a Renault there. Was that racing a car or was I just seeing it? No, I think I was just seeing it. Looked like it was about to overtake someone, which then usually puts him in the path. Well, I'm at least ahead of Magnussen here. Again, positives here. It might not be a points position at the moment, but a finish is a finish. Hopefully we don't jinx that. And of course, it's ahead of our team expectations, which is good for the long term as well. Don't want to kind of do my little risky corner cut as I often do in the last corner here in Montreal. Obviously, because first of all, it's raining. And secondly, we saw that they were very strict in that. I've never had a time invalidated before on a qualifying lap here on Casual Gamer Oz, so that was a first. But anyway, we don't want to risk that. We're on the penultimate lap here in Montreal, and it's looking likely 12th will be our finishing position here unless we can find something and pull it out of the bag, which I don't feel we will. And we've just got Ocon just ahead of us here still, but I just can't get enough speed. It's obviously got a Mercedes in the back of that Force India. That would be alright. If we get an offer from Force India, I'd consider it. As much as I kind of want to stick to Toro Rosso and perhaps look forward to a Red Bull drive, I think maybe Force India will get me more of a midfield and get me more recognisable up there with the Ferrari team that I want, rather than just trolling around in this Toro Rosso. Although the development of it obviously will go down a bit, given that we have to start again basically from scratch from Force India. But they've got a lot more pace in that car and might be able to show off my wares a little bit more. Obviously, I also have a teammate that can score some points a little bit more than Carlos Sainz bloody does. He never scores points. He got like 1 points finish in the last Grand Prix, didn't he? Alright, so I've cut that corner there. I've got a warning. But last lap, here we go. Again, I just don't think I'm going to be close enough to Esteban, although I'm close as I've ever been so far. Come on, one of these cars in front of us. Spin out or something. Don't be so robotic, cars. Oh, such a disappointing result this will be in terms of how I usually go here in Montreal. But again, a finish is a finish. Head the team expectations. Just hanging on here to Esteban. We've made some ground on him. We've made some ground on the young Frenchman. Can we have a look up the hairpin? I doubt it. It'll be a big risk. And knowing me, I'll probably completely outbrake myself and end up probably taking a wing off. We're not going to risk it. We're not going to risk it. Wait for a slipstream coming up here into the back straight. Or a sneaky move into the final chicane, which I'll probably get disqualified for or something. So I think we'll settle for 12th. Who's going to win the race? Hamilton. Oh, no, fastest lap. Hamilton wins as well. Oh, that's a shame. Whoa. As I get it, if I had one more lap here, I'd get Ocon. Damn it. I'm not going to get him on the line. I'm not going to get him on the line. Oh, just close there. Thank you, Jeffrey. 12th. We'll take it. We finished the race. So, sadly not where we'd want to be here in Canada. But, look, at the end of the day, we'll take the point, or the finish, I should say, the development points, no doubt we'll get. Sad that Mercedes wins. But anyway, that's life. And we'll move forward from that. So if we just have a bit of a look at the replay here at the start, there's not a whole lot really to see here. You just see me overtaking a few cars, getting racy there at the back, pushing my way towards the inside. I'm going to come straight down here inside. 4 cars there, 5 cars. Oh, this is where I go 3 abreast, isn't it? With Stroll, Alonso, and myself. I just back out of that one ever so slightly, just to be cautious. Yeah, alright, cool. So Hamilton wins from Raikkonen, Bottas, Vettel, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Perez, Massa, Grosjean, Hulkenberg. The standings: Vettel leads by 6 points over Hamilton, who now moves up into second. Raikkonen, this is what he does. He starts off well and always drops down. Bottas fourth, Verstappen, Ricciardo, Massa, Perez, Grosjean, and myself. Constructors, well, nothing has changed there. Ferrari has their gap closed ever so slightly by Mercedes. Red Bull, Williams, Force India, Haas, Toro, Rosso, Renault, and McLaren and Sauber yet to score. So we'll be back for Azerbaijan. I probably have a feeling we're going to have an invitation race in between there, but we'll check that out if that is. In the meantime, remember to like, subscribe, comment, and thank you for tuning in to Casual Gamer Oz. We'll speak to you next time. Good night.